Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel RPA Space. So today in this video we are going to see a small exercise related to Excel activity as well. So without getting delayed, let's get into our video. So as I mentioned earlier, this is more related to Excel write operations. So we are going to write a data to Excel. So we've seen in the past how to read a data from Excel. It's kind of a writing operations what we're going to see now. To perform this write operation in Blue Prism, you need MS Excel VBO, which is going to be helpful for you to perform this operation. So this MS Excel VBO does contains a lot of actions. So we have to use the required action to perform our write operations, right? So to do that, you need MS Excel for create instance first. When you create an instance, your Excel will get initiated, and then you have to create a workbook. Followed by that, you have to create a worksheet, and then you have to create a write collection. There is an option for you to write a collection, so it should accept you as a collection input, and then it will be able to write it. And post that, you have to save your workbook, and then close all instance have to be performed. So all these actions is linked to MS Excel VBO, which is one of the important VBO by default available in Blue Prism when you install it. In case if you don't know how to, if you don't have MS Excel VBO installed in your Blue Prism, so I've just given you in the previous video how to import your MS Excel VBO into Blue Prism environment. You can just check out our video and try to find that. Right, without getting delay, we'll jump back to our practical session and see how this exact operations can be performed. Right, so I've just created a page on which we are going to perform this Excel write operations, right? So it should, there can be many ways where you could have a data source, right? So for now, I'll show you in two ways. One, I'll hard code you, probably I'll just created a sample data, so which does contain like one row with two columns, right? So this is what I just wanted to write it, and post that I'll show you how into Prism I can extract the data directly from website as a collection, and then it will try to write it in the Excel worksheets. Basically, what we want to see is like how to write the data to Excel. That's it. So it can be from any source. So as we mentioned in the theoretical sessions, we have to first create an instance. And probably, yeah, we have to create an instance, just drag an action stage. Probably I'll show you. Just delete it. Just go there and pick an action stage. And in the action stage, just try to use MS Excel VBO, and it will have create instance as an option, and it will produce a handle, which is an output, right? So this handle will be used in the subsequent session for dealing your Excel operations. So now you have to create a workbook, and this workbook will produce workbook name as an option, as an output, and this workbook name can be used in further actions as well. So the sequence will be remembered based on your practice only. It cannot happen over the night, right? So since I was using this for a long time, I could able to remember, but for you have to keep things in your mind when you create for the first time, right? So this worksheet name, either you could create it as a, for example, I don't have workbook name at the moment. Either I could go ahead and hard code it, or I could go ahead and create it as a variable and mention it here, so that it can be referred and used in any other places as well. So I've just mentioned created as a variable. This input variable was created by me, so I can just mention here as marks as a sheet name. And yeah, once I mentioned that creating workbook is done, create worksheet is done. Now our intention is to write it, right? So just go here and pick MS Excel VBO again, and you will be able to find write collection option at the end, and pick that. It will ask for a couple of input, which is actually output from previous actions what we already have, right? So you have to mention workbook name on which you have worksheet name from where you want to write it, And the input collection, just I mentioned, right? You have to pick that input collection which is hard coded. So where is what you want to write? I just want to use cell references A1 in case if you want to ignore the include the column name, you just want to give true. And in case if you want to ignore it, if just mention it as a false, it's just a Boolean expression. Now our write collection data is also done, and our job is not yet over. Actually, you have to just save this instance. Only then the data which you wrote it on an Excel sheet will get saved. So for that also you have to go there, MS Excel VBO, and then MS Excel VBO, you have to pick save as, like save workbook as. And here it will ask a couple of input, which is actually, which we already have the values for all those things. Workbook name, and then file name you have to pick and drop it here. So I'll come back to the file name, what it is. File name is nothing but it should contains the Excel file name and the location on which the file has been placed, and that is referred like as a variable, and that's been placed over here. For example, I'm going to store in this locations under test.xls as an Excel file, which will hold the data which I just wanted to write it. Right. Post that, what you had to do, just had to close all these instances. So for that, what you had to do, again, you had to go to MS Excel VBO and pick like close all instances, which is actually best practice when you deal with Excel related objects. And then you can just go ahead and link all the objects which we have connected. Right. So I think we've just given what is required. In case if you want to group it as a block, you can just do it as well. I will try to just use this page to run and see whether the data which we have it here will be able to write it into our Excel sheet which we plan to create. So as soon as we just trigger this page to run, it will produce a handle, and then workbook is generated, and then write collection is there, and then save workbook is there, and then close all instance. So just go back to our Excel sheet and see whether that's written. Yeah, you can see, right? So this is written as it is. Right, the same similar way, this is one example which I just want to show you with hard-coded data. For example, if you want to like write it with the data directly from a web page, right? So that is also possible. Probably I can attach you this BP releases, which will extract you the data from a web page, which is going to happen dynamically, and that you can be able to perform with the attached XAML, right? So it's XAML, right? Or a BP release. I'll circulate this a BP release file, right? So this, what it exactly does is it opens Internet Explorer, go to data tables page, and then it will extract. This is the data tables page, and you can use it also. This going to be which contains a lot of data, and it does use by a lot of companies as well. You can see here Adobe, Los Angeles Times, Forbes, Amazon. A lot of companies are using this website for just testing or doing some data table related functions. So you can either go ahead and download it as an Excel, this whole data table, or you can just use a screen scraping option to perform to extract the data, and then those data can be stored in data table, and that data table can be written into Excel file, right? So those operations was just called here and performed in this action, right? So what you could do is just verify what all errors you have. So in case if you have any errors, just try to close it off, and in case if it does not, just save your Excel, and I'll show you how to write it as also, right? Let's just go ahead and trigger this process. So what it exactly does, it opens this data table, extract the table which is available on that page, and then write those information into that Excel file. So just what opens this web page, and it will go scrap the data which is available over here. There's all this 10 entries which is having here, and those 10 entries will be written into a Excel file. So let's see whether it's getting successfully created and stored. Yeah, the operation is almost over. let's see. The process is completed, and you just go to this test Excel file, and it should hold all the values which is available on your web page. So in this way, either, yeah, you can see, right? So it does contain everything. Now it should, so you can see column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5 as like the default header names which is coming over here, right? So to avoid that, what you could do is like you can just go ahead and give false. So if you give false, it will ignore the column 1, column 2, column 3, and then it will have only the respective column names on the Excel file, which is nothing but this will get deleted by default, and you'll have name, position, office, age, and start date. So this whole data is extracted from the page, right? This is how we could like use Excel operations, either directly write a data from a hard-coded data table or from an Excel, from a data table operations which is extracted from a web page. And this just want to show you here with you, and I'll attach in the descriptions link for the whole BP release file. You can just download it and use it in your system, but remember that you have to change the file path where you want to save it, and use accordingly. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next session.